Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story for you. This one comes from AITA and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Attending My Ex's Wedding? I don't know if I am in the wrong or if I'm being gaslit. I, 36 female, attended my ex's, 37 male, wedding this weekend and apparently failed a test. My ex, Adam, and I dated in high school from the time we were 15 to 18, when we amicably split up to go to college in different states. Since college, we've kept in Facebook familiar contact, where we'd wish each other happy birthday or congratulate each other on big milestones, but have had no other contact in the 20 or so years since then. About a year ago, I saw his engagement post on his Facebook and congratulated him. A few months ago, he Facebook messaged me, asking how I was doing, and said he wanted to have a bit of a high school get-together at his wedding since he was holding it in our hometown. He was inviting most of our mutual friend circle, and he'd love for me to attend as well. I hadn't seen most of these friends in over a decade. I thought the idea sounded fun, so I accepted the invitation. The wedding was this past weekend, and it was incredibly normal. I attended with my husband. He got to meet all of my high school friends and their partners, and we had a great time. Sunday morning, I wake up to a slew of Facebook messages from my ex's new wife about my audacity to attend the wedding and how out of all of his former girlfriends, I was the only one who failed the test. She said that clearly you shouldn't attend an ex's wedding unless you're still hung up on them, and how he must be planning to steal her new husband away. I was shocked, but also apologized if I had been unwelcomed, and how I must have misunderstood as my reason for attending was to see old friends. She immediately responded again and said that no sane woman with good intentions would ever think it was okay to attend their ex's wedding. I again apologized if I was unwelcome and hoped my presence hadn't detracted from her day. I then messaged my ex and apologized if I had misunderstood and hoped I hadn't caused any issues. He replied that he was glad I attended. The invitation had been sincere and there was no separate event planned. He was glad to see the old friend group and apologized for his new wife's messages. I left it at that, thinking it was a closed matter. A few hours later, the new wife is messaging me again, complaining about how I was trying to manipulate her new husband to make her look crazy. I decided this was not a ship I wanted to sail on, took a screenshot of all of her messages and my replies, sent them to the ex, and said I was just going to go ahead and block them both so I couldn't be accused of inappropriate contact with anyone. Yesterday, I started getting messages from the bride's sister saying I poisoned my ex against his new wife and I should have kept the messages to myself. I'm also being told that I could have just avoided all of this by knowing I shouldn't attend my ex's wedding. I'm honestly not sure if I'm in the wrong or if I'm being gaslit by an insecure woman and her sister. So, am I the astronaut for attending my ex's wedding? Hey y'all, we're 1 for 1 in TA. You are indeed being gaslit by an insecure bride and her sister. I think we established this in the very beginning of this where it was like, is it weird? I don't think it's weird unless there's a reason for it to be weird. Also, dude, you guys dated in high school and it's been 20 freaking years. If this bitch is insecure about a high school girlfriend from 20 years ago, and the most contact you guys have is congratulating each other for birthdays or big accomplishments on Facebook, she's got some issues. Like she's got some major insecurity issues, and I bet you groom here is like, I wish I would have discovered all of this shit before the wedding, but now he knows, and at least he knows early enough to get an annulment if he so chose to. However, it's got to go back to his goals, right? Does he want to make this work? And if he does, they've got to really dive in and try to fix this situation. Her flipping about this and her flipping about OP is not the issue. The issue is whatever caused this insecurity, because it's got that, not OP, that is going to keep causing issues for them over and over and over again until this relationship is just fried and just dust. Nothing. So he's got to decide, do I want to pursue that? Do I want to try to help someone get help who probably isn't convinced that they need help yet? Like, this poor guy. He apologized for her, but he's got his hands full here. And then her sister chimes in. You poisoned him against my sister. By taking a screenshot of the messages. Okay, let me get this straight. I poisoned somebody by showing them what she was saying to me? Yes, that sounds like I should be the one being held accountable here. You're right. Hey, bride, did you hear that? It was the Wambulance. It's come and get you. NTA. Bonkers.